Oh my god. Okay, I know it's not much, but I just want to say thank you because my channel Coaster Fans just hit 50 subscribers. I mean, this is awesome. I just want to say
thank you.
Bottom of my heart, thank you for those of you who have supported me, for those of you who continuously come back and watch my videos, for those of you who have a fun time on my channel. I just want to say thank you because without you this channel would not exist. So with that being said, let's get right into today's video,
shall we?
Welcome back to How Bad Is It? Today we're going to take a look at another roller coaster, again from my home park, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Because California's Great America isn't even open yet.
And we're going to be talking about one ride in particular, the Flash Vertical Velocity at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Let's get to it, shall we? Now before we start anything, let's head over to RCDB, the best website in the world for coaster fans like me and you. So if you have any questions about your favorite coaster, want to do a little research on anything, head over to RCDB and they'll tell you exactly what you need to know. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Flash Vertical Velocity. Now this ride was originally called Vertical Velocity and had a nice little red paint job. But before we say anything about this ride, let's just go over the history of this ride. When this ride was actually installed, the park actually advertised it as 150 feet because the city of Vallejo does have a height ordinance of 150 feet. That is why all their coasters never go above it, because guess what? There's a height ordinance. So when this ride first opened, it used to look like this. All Intamin Impulse coasters used to have their signature vertical 90-degree spike and then another spike on the other side of the track that actually spiraled. Now I've heard from other enthusiasts that these types of rides with the vertical spike still in place have some amazing G's that you can only experience on this type of ride. Now of course, what happened with ours? Well, it's about that time that I say grab the popcorn because guess what? It's story time. Let's get to it. So when this ride first opened, this ride in Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, along with Six Flags Great America, shared the same type of ride, meaning that these rides were identical clones. Now, of course, when Six Flags Great America opened up their park, they said that their coaster was 186 feet, and Discovery Kingdom maintained saying that it was 150 feet. Now, here's the problem. If you take these identical coasters, and I mean they are identical, there is nothing different about them. No speed, no height, no anything changed about them. The park was wrongfully advertising saying that this ride was 150 feet. So once city officials came out and they deemed that this ride was over the 150-foot height ordinance, the city of Vallejo closed the ride indefinitely, and they gave Six Flags Discovery Kingdom one hell of an ultimatum. They basically said, either you fix the ride and you get it to code, or you close the ride down for good. Now, of course, this ride was newly built by Intamin. I mean, it only lasts one season. This ride opened up on June 8th of 2001, the year I was born, and it quickly closed right after in 2002. So it only survived one season of full operation before the city officials actually closed down the ride and gave them that ultimatum. So what was the park's answer? This absolute monstrous 45-degree inline climb here is the park's answer for how they can fix this. And here's how they did it. Instead of having the 90-degree vertical spike with the twist, their idea was to lay that 90-degree spike on its side, 45 degrees, keep the initial barrel roll, and just end it with some straight track at the top. Now, was this a good answer? Yes. Why? Because this is the park with the only custom model there is. So let's go over some simple stats, shall we? This ride has a total of 630 feet of track, a height of 150 feet. This coaster can reach speeds of 65 miles an hour, has one inversion, and the steepest angle that it has is a 90-degree spike. To actually propel this coaster, it uses an LIM or linear induction motor to actually propel this thing down the track. It has a vertical rollback feature and a twisted inline rollback, which is that 45-degree spike at the beginning of the park once you first walk in. Since there's only one train, they can only fit 900 riders per hour, but hey, that's okay, at least for me, because this ride is always a walk-on. Bring a friend free day, membership appreciation day, any type of day you want, and this ride's always a walk-on. I mean, I've never, ever seen a line for this ride. So if you've seen a line for this ride, go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know that I am just extremely lucky because I've never had to wait for this thing. I literally walk up to the station, get in my row. Well, okay, maybe there's a little bit of a wait, because if you actually walk into the station and someone's in the row that you want, naturally you're gonna have to wait for it. But I've never had to wait more than the station itself. But yeah, leave me a comment down below letting me know if I'm just extremely lucky, or is this ride truly not that popular. These Intamin trains can hold 7 cars, and riders are held 4 per car, 2 across, for a total of 28 riders per ride. So that's enough yippity yap from me. Let's get into some ride footage, shall we? So when this ride initially launches off, give it about 5 seconds. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the time you get to 1, the thing is going to be launching. After that, you're going to thunder down the track into the 45-degree spike with the inline twist. But here's the fun thing. If you've ridden this ride multiple times like me, you'll know that the front of the train actually gets sucked upside down during this twist, and you're literally just hanging on by the top of your restraint. I mean, you're just sitting there just dangling. After this, you're going to thunder through the station again and up the 90-degree vertical spike. After you get dropped back down through the station, you're going to launch at the full maximum speed of 65 miles an hour and all the way through that inline twist. At the top, you're going to do a nice little cresting section where you get to kind of see a view of the park and say, this is a really nice view of the park, until all of a sudden the coaster starts rolling backwards and you start going through that inline twist backwards. After that, you thunder through the station with little to no assistance from the LIM launch motors, launching you back up that vertical spike again and immediately dropping you back in. Of course, with the coaster coming in at 65 miles an hour, it can't just stop you immediately right at the station, so you're going to launch through the station one more time. Of course, there's going to be no assistance from the LIM launch motors. After that, you're going to come backwards into the station and hit the brake run, and I bet you money that when you get off this ride, you're going to say again, 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 because of 2 reasons. One, this is one of the best rides in the park. An Intamin Impulse, you just can't go wrong with them. Overall, these types of coasters are my favorite types of coaster model. Intamin is one of my favorite manufacturers, and the Impulse coaster is one of my favorite models ever. Now, of course, you're saying again, 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 because hell, there's no line. And if you're lucky enough, if there's no one in your row, just pull your harness back down and go again. Because, I mean, this is one of those rides where you look at Joker, okay, 2-hour line. You look at Superman, okay, 1.5-hour line. You look at Batman, that it also has a short 5-minute wait, but that ride hurts, so I'm not going to go on that. This is one of those rides that you get on and you're like, you know what? It's a fun ride. It doesn't kill me. It doesn't hurt me. So I'm gonna just go again. I'm gonna just marathon this thing. And it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So now it's time for my scoring of this ride. Should you wait in a 2-hour line for this ride? Well, that's kind of a dumb question, because this ride never has a line that's over 2 hours. Hell, it never has a line that's over 5 minutes. So if this ride's open, go ride it, regardless of the wait that it has, because this ride is one of the best rides in the park. Just saying. Not number 1 for a lot of people, but for me, that's my number 1. Now let's talk about the ride itself. Good layout? Yes. Only on the grounds that it is an interesting layout. It's one of the unique layouts. It's actually one of the only custom layouts. The restraints. Now the restraints are the only thing on this ride that I don't like. I understand that Intamin made these trains with the seat belts the way they do on the side of the over-the-head restraint. The over-the-head restraint fits well. The only problem is that that buckle is really small. So the mass majority of riders will be able to ride, but then there's unfortunately those who may not fit in this ride. So guys, overall, I give this ride an 8.5 out of 10. What are some of the main points that I give it an 8.5 out of 10? Well, I give it an 8.5 out of 10 on the grounds that it's a fun ride. The launch has some good speeds initially off the line. Overall, this is just a good ride. And the fact too that even though it's not that much of a popular coaster, people still ride it. It's just that there's not that much of a wait. There's never over a 5 or 10 minute wait for this ride. So if you end up going to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom or any park that has an Intamin Impulse coaster installed, definitely go ride it. So yeah, guys, with that being said, that'll conclude today's video. Tell me what you guys think about this ride. Do you like it? Do you hate this ride? Do you want to see it removed? Hit me up in the comments down below, letting me know your thoughts and feelings on this ride. And also, while you're down there, leave me a comment about what you guys want to see next. I make content for the viewers, so if you guys want to see something specific, then let me know as well down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for some cool content and more. So with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.